I'm gonna make a quick video. Hopefully it's quick. I'm intending it to be quick. It's gonna be about my heaven testimony, but guys really been urging me to talk about the hell aspect of what I felt while I was in heaven. All right. So basically, I was in heaven, and I was doing something. I was doing some things, and I was like sleeping. I was spending my whole day with Christ. And obviously, this is how the kingdom is. You're gonna be able to be around Christ whenever you want. And basically, I was spending all my day with Christ here on earth, and I was just reading these notes and like, just applying myself, bless God, diligently to the things that Christ will reveal to me, and like it would like plant itself on the soil or whatever. The seeds that He gave to me would plant themselves on soil. So this went on for like 3 months, I believe, maybe more. It was went on for like 3 months about ish. And then finally, he gave me the suggestion to pray, to actually believe him. Like if you're doubting or whatever, ask me to believe, to pray, to actually believe me, or something along those lines. Not like you believe in him, but that you believe him. Bless, yeah, bless God. And then I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I prayed that night, and I don't want to, I don't want to doubt anymore. I was like, I want to believe you. And I just went to sleep, not even thinking anything about it. I didn't even say anything about it. I was just like, I was like, whatever, it's whatever. And I didn't think too much about it. I didn't doubt either. I was just like, bless God. And so I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I automatically knew that I was in heaven, So I was like, yup. I was like, I'm in heaven, and then I would pan out from the right to the left, and obviously, nobody has to convince you that you're in heaven. When you have your own life experiences, and you're in your own life, nobody can tell you otherwise about what you experience, and other people that from the outside looking in, they'll be like, it was just a dream. And they'll just say all this other stuff, but it's like, nah, dude, you didn't go through what I went through. And I'm not stupid. I know what a dream is, and I know what reality is. And I was in a place where I was in reality. I was still in my. It was like my soul left my body. So at that moment, my body was deceased because my soul wasn't in the body. But bless God. So basically, yeah. I was up there, and then I'm looking from my right to my left, and I'm noticing everything. I'm just not even in admiration or anything. It was just normal. My mind was completely blank. I didn't have any oppression on me whatsoever, and I was just completely normal. And I was just looking from right to left. Everybody has this misconception, where you're gonna go in there and you're just gonna be like, wow. For me, I didn't have an experience like that. I was just like, yup, I'm in heaven. I was basically, still in my character. And I didn't have the experience where I was just like, wow. I was in total admiration. I was just like, oh, this is incredible. I was just, bless God, I was just looking from my right to my left. And then finally, I see a figure with two arms outstretched, with his two arms outstretched, and like ready for a hug. And he's like, "You see, I am real." And I seen him, but I couldn't see his face. I couldn't see. I just seen his silhouette, and it was like a light silhouette. And I seen his silhouette. And automatically, I knew that that was Jesus. I knew that He is God. I knew that He's the Son of God, and I also knew that everything in the scriptures was true. And as soon as this happened, I closed my eyes. Obviously, I closed my eyes. So this is still me and my still soul. And for whatever reason, I closed my eyes and I dropped to my knees. Everybody has this urge. I'm gonna speak on my behalf. I have this urge where something will happen, and I'll be like, and I'll just want to drop to the floor, and then something holds me back. Probably a devil. But up there, I didn't have nothing holding me back, so I straight up dropped to my knees, and I straight up dropped to my knees, I dropped to my knees, like whatever, some force, I'm not gonna speak too much about what I didn't experience or what I did experience. I'm just gonna agree with the facts, I'm not gonna say too much, because then this is still lying. This is something that's really holy. This is about heaven, and these little slip ups and misconceptions are not approved in God's eyesight. If you don't know about your experience, don't add to your experience either. Just leave it with the facts and just move on. And people, that's proving yourself untrustworthy, because God gave you a little bit, and the little bit that He gave you, you went and took it above and beyond, and you said things that didn't even happen, and that's an abomination. Heaven is holy. You come back down here on earth thinking, you're the man because you went up to heaven, but it's not like that at all. Even charging it, it's an abomination in itself too. Jesus Christ gave the crystal clear commands, not to freely you have given, so freely you shall receive. I mean, freely you will give back, freely you have received, so freely you're going to give back. This is an abomination in itself, people. These are not light matters. No matter how lightly other people, individuals put it, this is not light matters. But, yeah, that's making merchandise of you. They sell you, they give you a little bit of knowledge, then they sell it. It's like hustling. That's hustle. But, thanks be to God for giving us the victory in Christ. Uh, all right, so when this was happening, I dropped to my knees, and as soon as I dropped to my knees, I looked to my right. I felt on my right hand side, like my soul could shoot down into hell at any given moment, people. And obviously, when you're scared, your fear goes down. Like your fear goes down, like it goes down, like it straight up goes down, and like your fear goes down. My fear wasn't going down, people, and neither was it. It wasn't in my mind to control it. I just know that I was terrified. I was so scared and horrified. I was scared. I was so scared, and but all this stuff is happening in the moment. So it's all in the moment. So while this is happening, I feel this. I feel Jesus Christ telling me, bless God. He's like, I feel this. I can feel my soul shooting down to hell at any given moment. But at the same time, being asked questions, and Jesus asking me, "Is this true?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm saying this in a weeping manner. I'm not saying this like with tears strolling down my face, but I'm saying this like, "Yes." It's like a grown man, and he's like, "What the? Why is this grown man acting like this?" But I was saying it in a weeping manner, and I was like, "Yes," and I was like, "Yes," and then, and meanwhile, while I'm being asked this question, I'm feeling the terror. Well, not the terror of hell. I'm feeling something from hell that is scaring me. It's so weird. I'm feeling something from hell that is just like, it's not scaring me. I don't know if it was a part of the realm or it was a part of the whole place. Like it was a part of the environment. Like when you go to a music festival and the whole environment is just like, joyous or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's like that. I mean, don't get it twisted, people. Some of these women actually go into these festivals wearing like nothing, and things like that. And that's not right. But and I don't know what I experienced there, but but when I was there in heaven, it was like I felt hell, and when I felt hell, I was so terrified that it was so, the things that I'm just gonna keep it, and bless God, and it was so terrifying. I'm not sure if I've ever felt that type of fear in my life ever before, but all I know is that I was so terrified, and like it was like a type of fear that was like not in your face, but it was like it was so scary, and I didn't have the cognitive function to actually decide within myself that I shouldn't be this scared. I didn't have that capability in my thought process. That wasn't running through my head, bless God, at all. That was not running through my head. The only thing that I was focused on was that present moment that I was in. Not that I was in heaven, not that people are doing wicked things on earth. Not that hell is scary. All this stuff was happening people. This stuff is all this stuff was happening simultaneously. I don't care, but all this stuff was happening simultaneously. And while I was looking, I looked. No, wait. While he was talking to me, I had my eyes closed the entire time, people. And when I had my eyes closed the entire time, I could look down on the ground, and the ground was shining light back to me, people. These are not things that are just what is it called? These are not things that are just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Nah, people. This is a big deal. You can't do this on earth. I mean, the all of creation sings praises to God, but then the grass was shining in itself as well. And when I was looking at the grass, and this stuff was happening simultaneously, people, but I was not focused on any of these different things. The only thing I was focused on was Jesus Christ's voice. Um, what I was being, because it was like court basically. And I was like being there. I was there, and it was like court, and I was like, and then I was like, bless God. I was in. It was like court, and I was just like, I was being accused, and it's not that I was trying to stay out of hell, but I was just trying to be as honest as I could be about the situation. It was just weird. You people have to experience it. Everybody has this misconception where everybody thinks heaven is a certain way, but heaven is just life goes on, and it just goes on. It's not one of those types of things where your whole body, your memories, and all this stuff is like, I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember it. I can't remember it. It's not one of those types of things at all. Unfortunately, you go up there and life just goes on. Whatever you have from right here, whether you were perfecting your fruits, whether you were working on your character, whether you were trying to put more virtuous things in your heart, or whether you're trying to learn wisdom, naturally you take that forward with you. So while you may have the knowledge and the wisdom to know that all creation praises on earth, you go up to heaven and you have that same type of knowledge as well, and you actually, I don't know, but still you move on, and you're more able to actually perfect these the things that you learned while you were on earth, people. This is why it's important that you don't waste your times while you're here on earth, because if you waste too much time on earth, you don't have anything. You have the sincere, genuine faith that is your belief in Christ, your faith in Christ. But on top of it, what you're building is a whole bunch of wood, a whole bunch of hay, a whole bunch of sticks, a whole bunch of wooden things that burn up in the fire. But you're not doing things that actually matter. So the things that actually matter is like, virtuous things, fruits, character, things that form your eternal character. And people they're not taking into consideration. They're focusing on other things, and these types of things are gold, precious stones, diamonds, whatever it is. And these things withstand the heat, and they withstand the heat, and God is able to reward you more appropriately because of the things that you're able to actually take in. And yeah, I'm sorry, this something's going on right now, but you're able to be rewarded more. God is able to reward you more, and this is why it's important that you guys focus on the spirit and not on the flesh, people. The knowledge of sin is not prudence, people. It's not wisdom at all. If you focus too much on sin, it's gonna become its own little thing, and unfortunately, it's not. But and yeah, that's why it's important that you go to heaven and you come back down, and well, not really like that. It's important that you work your way to heaven. Not work your way to heaven, but how do I say it? You work on yourself while you're on earth, and you get rid of all the dross and all that nastiness and wickedness that's inside of you, and you get rid of it, and you ask God to refine you and to prune you, so your eternal character. That way, you don't regret the things that you regret in heaven, because you're gonna look back. You're gonna be like, man, I had all this time. What was I doing? I was just being stupid. So it's important that you actually pray to God to refine you and to prune you, and that way that you don't regret these types of things. Forewarned is forearmed, and that's about it, people. Keep your head up.